Hi guys, welcome back to another ConnorMoore vlog video. Today it's time for the championship predictions. This is a very hard video to make, and hopefully I've got your team in the right position. I'm not going to do all of it. I'm going to be very fair and not biased. I do support Swansea, and yeah, so I'll do it fairly, and this is where I think your team will finish in the championship. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into the video, and this video was very hard to make.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till the shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Say no! Give it to me then! Wastelands through the highways, and on we'll go.
So in 24th place I put Charlton Athletic. They came up from the League One playoffs, and yeah, their owners ain't very good. They couldn't even sign a manager last season. He left and came back, and all sorts. I feel bad for Charlton. I feel really bad. Transfer news: they brought in Benny Moss. I don't even know who he is. I know he played for Bolton, but still. And Chancellor Makey, don't know who he is either. So their transfer news hasn't been that big. And yeah, they've lost a key centre-back in Bauer. I think that's going to be a really big loss for them. And yeah, I think Chelsea are going to struggle this season. And squad depth as well, it's going to be hard for them. Championship games come very quickly, and I don't think they have good squad depth for the championship. So sorry Chelsea, I put you 24th. In 23rd, I've got Wigan Athletic. Wigan's home form last season was pretty good. And yeah, they've only brought in 3 signings this season. David Marshall, Lewis McLeod and Anthony Robertson. 3 alright signings, I don't think that's going to suit Wigan up this season. David Marshall from Hull, he had a good season last year. I thought David Marshall. He was good against Swansea at home and away, made some decent saves. Lewis McLeod from Brentford, don't know what he's like. Could be decent, not sure. Age 25, so not awful. And Anthony Robertson from Everton. Very interesting that, but yeah. They've lost Nick Powell, who's gone to Stoke. That's a bad transfer, I'd say. He's one of their key players. Got a lot of assists last season, and assisted Joe Garney and Will Grigg at front last year. Haven't spent that much money this year either. And they've also lost James Ford and Reece James, the right back. That is key positions there, James Ford and Reece James. I'm surprised that we're going to let so many good players go. And yeah, this season they're going to struggle, so sorry Wigan, I'm going to put you 22. In 22nd place I put Luton Town. They have lost a key player, James Justin, to Leicester City. That's a key player for Luton Town, and they're going to struggle, I think, this year. But on the other hand, I think I put them 22nd, but they are keeping it again mid-table. But I'm not sure. The players they've signed, they've got Simon Sluga, I think that's how his name, Champions League football last year at HNK Rijeka. He signed them for 1.53 million. And yeah, they've also got Brendan Galloway, left back from Everton, and Ryan Tunnicliffe from Millwall, and Jacob Butterfield from Derby. So some decent signings, but I don't think that's going to keep Luton at this season. Sorry Luton fans, but I think you're going down, and I put you 22nd place. In 21st I put Millwall. The bookies say Millwall are going to go down this season, but I think that's wrong. I think they're come 21st because they've got Neil Harris is a really good manager. He's got stability in the club, and yeah, I think he'll keep them up again this season. As I said, last season Neil Harris kept Millwall up, and they brought in some decent signings of Matt Smith, Con Mahoney, who's very highly rated at Birmingham, and Bod Larson. Bod Larson and Matt Smith up front would be a class, like combo relationship, like well worked together, I'm going to say. And I'm going to say that's going to keep Millwall up this season. So yeah, I put Millwall 21st. In 20th, I've got Queen's Park Rangers. Queen's Park Rangers are a decent side. They've brought in Mark Warburton as manager, and they've also signed Jorgen Hugel and Luke Amos, some decent signings. They've also sold Freeman as well, That's a key player for them. I feel like they're going to struggle on attacking situations, and yeah, Luke Freeman was a good player for QPR, and now they sold him on. And yeah, they've brought in Jordan, Hugo, and Luke Amos from Spurs. So we'll see where QPR finish this season, but I think they're going to finish 20th this season, and the bookies think they'll go down. So I put QPR. In 19th place I've got Reading. Last season they struggled. Jose Gomez didn't do as well as I thought he would have done last season. When we played Reading away last season, we beat them 4-1, and we kind of dominated them. They still have Marabaro, and he does cause threats, let's be honest. His pace is unbelievable, and they brought in Charlie Adams for some reason. Last season, I don't think he got many minutes at Stoke because of his fitness and that. And Jose Gomez is manager. I don't know what's going to happen this season with Reading, but I put them 19th, but I think Gomez will keep Reading up. In 18th, I put Barnsley. They came up this season from League One. They finished second last year. They played quite well in League One last year, but can they do that in the Championship is the question. They've still got some good players at Barnsley, and they've signed Connor Chaplin. He's a decent player, but will Connor Chaplin keep Barnsley up? Who knows? Yeah, Barnsley are a net selling club. They have sold quite a lot, but then they've still kept some of their good players. Don't know much about Barnsley, but I put them 19th, so Barnsley hopefully will survive this season. 17th place this season, I put Birmingham. It depends. They've got a new manager, Pep. Players they've signed: Ivan Sujic, the holding midfielder, Croatian, from Dynamo for 7 million. That's a really good signing for Birmingham. Gary Gardner from Villa and Dan Crawley. Yeah, and they've still got Jukovic as well. He's a brilliant striker for Birmingham, and he can bag a lot of goals. On the other hand though, they have sold Shea Adams to Southampton and Jota to Villa, two of their probably best players at Birmingham, and they've sold them. We don't know what's going to happen with them this season, but I think they're going to finish 17th. So yeah, in 16th place I put Sheffield Wednesday. Steve Bruce has walked out on the club, and they don't have a manager for the first week of the season. Only if they bring in someone quickly, but I don't think they can. I think Chris Houghton, the Brighton manager, has been linked to them, but I'm not sure. As well, I don't know if they've signed many players. And yeah, Sheffield Wednesday are going to be in the mid-table this season somewhere. They're going to struggle, I think. And yeah, I feel bad for Sheffield Wednesday, but good luck in the Championship season. Now we move on to 15th. I put Hull City. The players they have in are Ryan Tapper-Sully, if that's how you say his name, from Peterborough, Tom Evans, or Tom I don't say his name either, a Bolton reject, and Matt Ingram for a goalkeeper for replacement of Marshall, who's gone to Wigan. QPR keeper Matt Ingram, I don't know how good he is. I know he's 25 years old though, and he could do decent at Hull this season, but luckily Hull have kept on their decent players with Jarrod Bowen and Gritsky. I'm very surprised by that, because Jarrod Bowen were linked to Tottenham, and yeah, it'll be interesting because we've got Hull first game of the season. It's going to be an interesting game, and two new managers, Steve Cooper and I don't know who Hull's manager is at the moment, but it'll be interesting. And I put Hull 15. In 14th I put Blackburn Rovers. I don't know much about Blackburn, but they brought in Sam Gallagher from Southampton for around £6 to £7 million. They still got Bradley Dack, who is a decent player. No, not decent, let's say he's a good player. He is a good player. They've still got Danny Graham up front, and they have brought in Stuart Downing, a decent signing for a winger. He has experience in the Championship, and yeah, they've also got a goalkeeper from Brighton who has been playing for Wigan for the last 2 seasons, but he's still a good keeper, I would say. And yeah, let me know where you would put Blackburn. I'm going to say they're going to be from 15th to about 12th this season. They're going to be happily in the mid-table. I don't think they're going to get relegated, but yeah, that's all I've got to say about Blackburn. I'm putting them. So now I'm moving on to 13th place. Preston have signed Patrick Bauer from Charlton, very good centre-back. Charlton have lost a very good centre-back there, and Preston have picked up a good player. They've also got David Nugent, a well-known championship player. Callum Robson has joined Sheffield United for 7 million, and Preston are just going to be safe this season. 13th place, I think that's good for Preston. Let me know what you think so far about my predictions, and yeah, Preston be 100% safe. Mid-table side, and that's all I've got to talk about Preston. In 12th position, halfway of the championship predictions, I put my club, Swansea City. It's going to be a hard season for us, I think. We've lost Graham Potter, but we have replaced him with Steve Cooper, who is a decent young manager. In pre-season, we've won 6 out of 6. We beat a Champions League side, Atlanta, and yeah, recently we have sold Matt Burney, unfortunately, for around £18 million to Sheffield United, so that's going to be a big loss for us. So we're going to have Borja Baston or Courtney Baker-Richardson up front, or maybe a Soro actually. New signings for us: Jake Bidwell, Ben Wilmot, and we signed a goalkeeper today. Yeah. So yeah, Swansea, we're going to struggle, I think. 12th position, we should be going for higher, I say, but with the team we have, I don't think we can. We've still got Barry Mackay, Matt Grimes, Van der Horn, still kept on to them. And yeah, we'll be seeing where Swansea finish this season, but I have put up my team for. In 11th place this season, I have put Stoke City. They have signed Lee Gregory from Millwall, and they've also signed Nick Powell from Wigan. Everyone thought Stoke would be first last season, and this season, I think they're going to finish 11th. I think they're going to be avoiding playoffs, and last season they had 22 draws. If they could turn them into wins, at least 8 of them, they could have been right up there last season, but no. And also, if they get the right manager, they'll do fine this season. And yeah, I think they'll avoid playoffs and come 11th this season. And they also lost Charlie Adam, no worry about that. I don't think Stoke care that much. And yeah, Stoke are going to finish 11th this season, so that's why I think Stoke are going to. We move on to 10th position in the Championship. I put Derby County. Frank Lampard has left to go to Chelsea. None of their players have come back, like Tomori, Mason Mount, all their loan players. They still haven't returned. They've got a new manager. And yeah, Derby are a decent side. They still have Harry Wilson and that, I think. And they sold Nugent to Preston. And yeah, Derby finished 10th this season, I think. I don't think they get playoffs this season. They'll be avoiding that one. Since Frank Lampard are gone, they've got a new manager. And yeah, Derby are a good side, so they could push a playoff, but I don't think it's going to happen. In 9th position in the Championship this season, I put Huddersfield. This is one of the hardest predictions to do. 2 years ago in the Championship, they got 2nd place, automatic promotion. But then last season in the Premier League, they only won 3 games. This is one of the hardest predictions to predict, as I've said. And yeah, this season, I wouldn't say they're going to struggle, but they're not going to get playoffs, I don't think. They're going to be avoiding that one. Huddersfield still have some good players, and no one really knows where they're going to finish this season. Huddersfield are just an all-round team, and one of the hardest to predict, as I've said. So that's all I've got to say about Huddersfield. In 8th place this season, I've put Nottingham Forest. They've brought in some decent players, some Portuguese young players from Benfica. They have Semedo, Thiago Silva, the Portuguese one, not the Brazilian one, Abiobi, Muric, Albert Adoma. Some very good signings there. Muric is a brilliant goalkeeper to bring in from Manchester City. Adoma's got championship experience. He's played for Aston Villa. Abiobi played for Bolton last season. He had an alright season. And yeah, Nottingham Forest used to be a very big team. And yeah, they've got their manager, new manager, the French one. Don't know how he's going to do in the Championship, but I think Nottingham Forest would push for playoffs. I think they're going to finish 8th. They've also got young Portuguese players, as I said. They've got Ben Osborne, who have moved to Sheffield United, unfortunately. And yeah, that's all I've got about North Forest. This season, I think Forest are finishing 7th place this season in the Championship. I put Bristol City. Sorry, Bristol City, but I do not think you're going to get playoffs this season. Your owners think you're going to get Premier League football. They want Premier League football, but I don't think you've done the signings to get there. The players you've brought in is Cala, Palmer, Bentley from Brentford, and yeah, there is some good signings there. Case Palmer's a young, quick winger. Cala, good centre back, played them last season. I think they fully done a permanent deal for him, and Bentley was outstanding for Brentford last season in goal. And yeah, you've also lost Kelly to Bournemouth. That is a really bad decision from Bristol. He was a brilliant left back to you, and I don't know why you sold him. But yeah, sorry Bristol, but I do not think you'll get playoffs this season. We move on to the playoff places. In 6th place, I've put Brentford. They've one of the best owners in the Championship, and they've signed some very good players. Pontus Jansson, Matthew Jansson, Christian Norgard, and David Raya. 4 brilliant signings there. Pontus Jansson from Leeds, that is a very good steal for Brentford. Matthew Jansson, very good player as well. Christian Norgard from Serie A, the Italian league, very good signing. And David Raya from Bristol Rover, not Blackburn Rover, sorry. And yeah, very good signings for them. I see Brentford getting playoffs this season, so I put them 6th. We move on to 5th place. I have put Middlesbrough. They've brought in a new manager of Jonathan Woodgate as manager of Middlesbrough legend. It's a hard team to predict, Middlesbrough. Last season they finished 7th, just outside of playoffs, and this season I think they'll get it. I put them 5th. Players they've lost is Aidan Flynn, John Obi Mikel, Stuart Downing, Luke Armstrong and Braithwaite. Selling Aidan Flint to Cardiff is a very bad decision for them, and they've only brought in Marcus Brown from West Ham. A good player, but still, I think Middlesbrough are going to get 5th this season. We move on to 4th. The team was just going to miss out on promotion. I put Cardiff City. Done pretty well last season in the Premier League. They had 34 points altogether. They nearly survived with Neil Warnock. Their team is a Championship side. They have brought in some good players with Aidan Flint, Will Oakes, Joe Day, Curtis Nelson. Aidan Flint was a very good steal off Middlesbrough. He's a classic defender, and he's going to help Cardiff out this season. They have a very high squad value, and Neil Warnock is a suitable manager. He knows how to take teams to the Premier League. He knows how to get teams promoted, and yeah, he's a stability manager. And yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about Cardiff. I think you will just about miss on playoffs, but you're capable of getting top 2. 3rd place, we move on to West Bromwich Albion. Most importantly, they bring a very good manager, Slaven Bilic. He's a very good manager. He used to manage West Ham, and he done an alright job there. And also they brought in some good players as Sahor, Ajay, Klip Kravanic, who's played for Benfica, an attacking midfielder. And yeah, they've also lost Gale, Harvey Barnes and Rodriguez. I think West Brom will do very well this season under Slaven Bilic. He's a very good manager. And yeah, I think they're going to finish 3rd. So that's what I've got to say about West Brom. In 2nd place this season, I've put Leeds United. They have re-signed Jack Clark and Jack Harrison. They've also brought in Helder Costa, but the only thing about Helder Costa, he gets a lot of injuries. They've still got Bielsa as manager, and they've also got rid of Pontus Jansson. The bookies think Leeds are going to win the league this year, but I put Leeds United 2nd. Leeds United are a very good side. Unfortunately, they didn't win the league last year. And yeah, this year I think they're going to be going up to the Premier League, and I put Leeds 2nd. And finally now we've got 3rd place, Fulham. I think Fulham are a very good side. They've got players who have done well over the years, as Sessignon, Tom Carney, and yeah, they're very good players who can assist Mitrovic up front. Mitrovic's going to love this league. He's going to get 25 plus goals this season. I think he'll get Golden Boot winner. He's a class striker, and I don't know how Fulham kept hold on to him. He's a very good striker, and also they brought in Knockaert and Cavallero, two very good wingers. Knockaert's going to assist Mitrovic very well, and I don't know how they've got him and Cavallero, whatever his name is, on loan. Fulham last season got relegated from the Premier League. They signed over 120 mil worth of players, and their wage bill is probably the highest in the Championship. So I put Fulham first place. Thank you if you have got this far in the video. It means a lot. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Top 3, bottom 3. Let me know in the comments down below. Keep it simple, and yeah. Thank you all for watching. Remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you when the season starts. Come on, you Swans.